taking steps before you can leap, which means is that as you take steps forward, as you take steps to design the life that you truly want to live, design the way that you want to be a good parent, design the way that you want to be a good teacher to your students, is that you first have to understand that I am going to take steps this school year to make sure each student, if they're 35, 10 kids in the class, you're going to take steps to go about getting your kids to understand the subject at hand before moving on. Hey, this is part 2 of I Declare War. I declare war on my situation. I want you to declare war on your situation. So the thing that I want us first to do is breathe. Feel the breath that's going in between our lungs, where it's going in and out, exhale, inhale. So I just ask that as you feel that breath, inhale and exhale, that is you saying to your body that I have another day to live. I have another day to do something that is important, that is going after my purpose. That is your breath saying that. So I ask that as you listen to that voice and as you listen to that breath, that you are committing yourself to change. The first thing that I want you to do is no negotiating. No more negotiating with yourself. No more negotiating that I'm going to do it, but then you don't do it. You need to wake up early, but then you don't wake up early. You say, I needed a little more sleep because I was tired. Or you say you was going to make sure that you wake your kids up at a particular time. If you're homeschooling, you was going to wake your kids up at a particular time and you didn't. Or that you're going to start journaling and you didn't journal. The list goes on and on. It is to take in today to say that I'm going to stop everything. I'm going to commit to no more negotiating with myself to be able to do what I need to do for myself. Because as you make yourself better, you're going to make somebody else better. So I just ask that you make a commitment to yourself to do those things. The second thing that I want you to focus on is believing in yourself. Believing in yourself is so crucial, because if you don't believe in yourself, you're going to go out and find somebody else who does believe in themselves, and what you're going to do is say things that is against them, saying that they don't like you or this and that and everything, because you are trying to make them feel the same way you feel about yourself, is that you don't believe in yourself, so you want somebody else to stop believing in themselves and also to not believe in themselves. So it is just a bad cycle that you're currently in. And I just want to make sure that you understand the process that you're currently in. And the next thing that I want you to do is the third thing. The third thing on this process is that no comparing. That is not going on social media, scrolling for hours on end, minutes on end, days on end. You just forget everything else around you, your responsibilities, that you just stop doing those things. So no scrolling without a purpose. So what that means is that you're going on social media looking for things that's going to not only better you, but better yourself and also better someone else. So those are the things that I want you to do and start scrolling. I mean, indulging in 30 minutes or indulging in 15 minutes to get out of that cycle can get you on the right track. So I just ask that as you go through that process and go through that way of, I'm not going to compare myself to nobody else. I'm going to do what is necessary for me to get out of this funk or out of this situation. Because remember, for you to declare war, it is to make a commitment first to go about doing what you say you need to do. It is no comparing. It is not going on social media. It is not going to somebody's house and saying, oh, their house is good, or their house is bad. And then next thing you know is that you going home and feeling some kind of way. No comparison. No comparison on all fronts. If somebody's kid is better than your kid, it is no comparison. They're just raising their kids different. And you shouldn't even be comparing your kid to another kid anyway. Hey, if it happens, it happens. We all parents, we all are human beings. But the last thing that I want you to do is very important. The last thing I want you to do is something that we all fail at sometimes, which is taking steps before you can leap. Taking steps before you can leap, which means is that as you take steps forward, as you take steps to design the life that you truly want to live, design the way that you want to be a good parent, design the way that you want to be a good teacher to your students, is that you first have to understand that I am going to take steps this school year to make sure each student, if they're 35, 10 kids in the class, you're going to take steps to go about getting your kids to understand the subject at hand before moving on. I understand there's SOLs and other tests that you got to abide by, but first make sure that your team or your kids around you understand that we're going to take baby steps so we can be able to take leaps together. And if you don't get anything else from this message, get this. declaring war is a daily thing that you're going to have to commit to. It is not saying that I'm going to commit or I'm going to declare war on my situation today and not having to do it the next few days. That is not the case. You're going to have to declare war today, tomorrow, the next minute, the next hour, and continue on. We are all in this battle. Our battle is different. It may be dressed up different. We may have things that we're dealing with that we ain't telling nobody. But I ask that as you listen to this message, that you take something out of the 4 that I gave you. And remember that there is no three step to greatness. There is no 1 step to greatness. It is all process to make yourself better. It is all the process that you need to take to make yourself better. You should take something out of this point. So the last thing is I want you to know is that declare war your situation is not going to be easy. But you can make the commitment today to make sure that you better yourself for your better tomorrow. This is Will from New Steps Foundation, just letting you know that the tracks that you're on or the road that you're on is not going to be easy, but you can make a better tomorrow and a better today by just taking steps on being better. Let's go.